despite how savage or whatever you want to call it that is. I'm not doing it. Now, in our 8th place, I've swapped him around with 7th, back and forth, but I picked Jack Varney in 8th place. Now, Jack Varney originally went at pick 26, obviously to the Melbourne Football Club. Now, if he did go at pick 8, however, he would have gone to Brisbane. Now, the Brisbane Lions, he would have worked well there, despite the fact that he's probably not needed there at the moment. Everyone wants a player like Jack Varney in their team, strong, a leader, whether he's a captain or not, he leads by example, physically imposing, despite not being tall. He is just a muscle machine, and he really makes you pay for it if you try to take him on in a tackle. I think he's a more valuable asset than Jack Macrae. In terms of who's a better player, I wouldn't argue if you said Jack Macrae, but in terms of what a team would want more, I feel like a leader, a guy who leads by example, who stands up in the big moments, Jack Varney, I feel like he's more wanted. Now that brings me on to 7th place. Now, there is a little bit of bias in this pick. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to argue against that. I've gone with the man who was originally picked at number 9 to my club, the Richmond Football Club. I've gone with Nick Vlastuin. Now, in terms of a player, I think he's awesome. He's versatile. He can play a bit through the midfield, but he's predominantly obviously a defender. A shutdown defender, a leader at the back. He can also progress the ball forward. Many attributes defensively and offensively through the defense. He's amazing. I don't know if that sentence even makes sense. Now, if he went at pick number 7, he would have gone to Port Adelaide, which he would have been perfect at. I feel like Port Adelaide have never had that amazing sort of defender, that middle sides. He can play on a second, third tall if it's needed, but also a small. So versatile in that sense. He's won the 3 flags. He's a big game player. We've seen Damien Hardwick talk about him so highly. The fact we lost him in the 2020 grand final early on, Dimmer was saying how he thought that was it. That was done because Nick Vlastuin, the wet weather king. I think he's great. I think he's awesome. He's the sort of he can be a key defender if you want. Like I said, those sort of positions are, teams want them more than disposable midfielders, and that's why I've got him at pick number 7. But I would understand if you didn't have him there. Now, pick number 6, originally picked number 1 in the draft. I think this guy's been highly disrespected throughout his career, to be completely honest. I've got Lachie Whitfield. Now, Lachie Whitfield originally picked number 1, as was 2 and 3. He went to Greater Western Sydney, where he's still playing